Hey everyone, welcome back. And this is my review of Fate Kaleid. Hold on a sec here. Fate Kaleid Season 2, Episode 3. Oh boy. I'm looking for the episodes here so I can know what the title is. But, yeah. Sorry Wednesday's episode reviews are coming out a little bit late. Didn't really have time on Wednesday to do it. It's 11:34 p.m. on Wednesday, but anyways though, this week's episode is titled Normal Life Breaker. I love Fate Kaleid. I really do. Oh my god, like this, I really don't know what to label this series. Is it because it can be kind of serious and dramatical at times, but it also has so much fucking comedy, and the comedy works so well and is so funny. Whew. Okay, so what happened in this episode exactly? Well, it was mostly comedy. One interesting thing I thought though was that, if you remember at the end of the last episode, Kuro, which is what they're calling the Dark Illya now, they're calling her Kuro. Kuro was captured by Rin and Livius, and they tried to interrogate her, but to no avail. So then Rin put her in the dungeon basically, and put a blood seal on her. And this blood seal actually makes it to where if Illya gets hurt, then Kuro gets hurt, and if Illya gets killed, then Kuro gets killed. However, it doesn't work the other way around. For example, if Kuro gets hurt or killed, the same thing won't happen to Illya. And so I thought that was really interesting, but I thought about it for a little while, and then I thought, this is kind of shitty in a way, and the reason why I said this is because I don't see how this can get interesting. That was literally my first reaction to it. And then I thought about, because, without Illya, who seemingly at this, or Kuro seemingly at this point is the only actual villain of this arc. There might be more later on, but so far she seems to be the only one. And without Kuro to fight, being able to hurt Illya, there wouldn't really be any tension there, But then I thought about it, and there's a few things they could do with this. They might have to have Kuro use maybe some more tactics to trip up Illya until they're able, for a while, just so that Kuro can't be defeated by her. And maybe eventually she'll find out how to release that spell. If that's the case and they do it right, then I'll love that, because I always really do love fights that use tactics and strategy. Okay. Or they could introduce some other villains later on in the season. Although, if this season's going to be the length of the last season, then we're only going to have 7 episodes left. And maybe like an OVA or 2. And maybe some specials as well. But they might introduce some other villains later on, and then maybe Kuro and Illya will have to team up to take them out. Okay, so there's several ways that they could actually do this, and I thought about them as I thought a little bit later on after watching the episode. So, very interesting. Okay, it's very interesting. And of course Kuro escapes from the dungeon because the dungeon in Livius's mansion sucks. And the next scene is her at Illya's house, pretending to be Illya, with Illya's brother, Shiro. All of our favorite character from Fate Stay Night. No, I can't even pretend that, sorry. Anyways. And she's, pretending to get closer to him, actually trying to kiss him. And Illya ends up stopping her by basically beating the shit out of herself so that Kuro will get hurt. And then later on in school, we find out that Kuro has been kissing all of Illya's friends and her teacher, which, of course, they thought it was actually Illya. Now, the reason why she wanted to do all this, and she actually does end up kissing Miyu again in this episode, the reason why she wanted to do all this was because she's actually doing it to replenish her mana. Okay. because she's lost a lot of mana in the past 2 episodes, or really just last episode, and so she's actually doing this to replenish her mana. So at least that's a reason for it. You know, it's not. Well, of course, it is just an excuse to have some Yuri action, which I'm not opposed against, obviously. But that being said, that's the reason that they gave that she's doing it. She's doing it to replenish her mana, which is nothing new. We've seen that before, obviously. So, but it's still kind of interesting that she needed to do it in order to replenish her mana. And I'm guessing that's why. I'm guessing that explains the expression on everyone's faces whenever she did that to him, you know? Which looked fucking hilarious, mind you. How everyone looked fucking drained and whatnot. So it was hilarious, basically. God, I cannot praise this episode enough. Like, but really, even though this is a fairly generic Magical Girl series, I can't really tell where it's going to go from here. Especially since they did something I didn't expect in this episode, which was basically put a seal on Kuro to prevent her from attacking, let alone killing, Illya, or she'd get hurt or die as well. So because of that, I really can't see where this is going to go next. There's several options, but I can't tell which one they're going to do next, or even if any of them are correct. Okay, but I mean, that Yuri action in the series too, which was over the top, or where they had a lot of it in this episode, and it works because it's always so over the top and awesome. Okay, I mean, the sound effects that are made when the kissing is going on, it's so over the top, and it just works. All right. But anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap up this review though. I very much enjoyed this episode. Once again, another great episode of Fake Kaleid. And yeah, so anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. These depth guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, also, one more thing before I wrap up this review. There was another scene, which was the scene where Illya, well, shortly after Illya beat the shit out of herself to prevent Kuro from kissing her brother, Shiro was Livius and Rin running into the house, basically trying to inform Illya that Kuro escaped, and they laid eyes on Shiro, and they instantly started stuttering and blushing, and it was a scene that came out of completely fucking nowhere, but it was still hilarious too. Makes me wonder if there actually is going to be other comedy later on in the series that have to do with like romantic comedy between those two and Shiro, or maybe like some specials or OVAs will be released as to do with it, because that's something that through the entire first season, all 10 of the normal episodes, all the specials, and all the OVAs, we never really got a hint towards. And the previous 2 episodes in this season, we also never really got a hint towards that, but it was still kind of funny, and I hope we get more of that comedy in the future of the series as well. So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.